Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Eric G, and welcome to a brand new episode of Random Thoughts with Eric G.
What
Hey,
up?
y'all, man. Hey, how y'all doing today out there, man? Look, before we get started today, I have to do something very special. I have to shout out my wife, Nicole Green. Hey, this past weekend was her birthday, so before I do anything, I gotta shout out my wifey. Hey, baby, I know she's somewhere around here just listening to me. This weekend I did something very special. I took her out, had a very good weekend with her. Um, yeah, so had a great weekend. Actually, we went down to Wendell, North Carolina. Really had a really good time, man. And while we down in Wendell, North Carolina, I actually seen this local spot down there that a lot of people I know visit down that way, called the Doja Lounge. And
Yeah,
speaking of the Doja Lounge, I got one of the pioneers of the Doja Lounge here today.
yeah.
Yo, my homeboy, man, one of the good fellas right here, man. If y'all don't know about this cat right here, y'all damn sure ain't listening to the radios. Y'all ain't up on it, man. Yo, my homeboy, man, Steve Turk, aka Mr. 300 himself. How you doing, brother?
What's good? What's good? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Appreciate you, man. That was a
Oh,
nice little intro. Like that.
hey, no problem, man. I try. I try sometimes. How you doing, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Shout out Doja Lounge. Um, shout out. They got a hemp store also. It's called the Hemp Source that's in front of it. Shout out, you know what I'm saying, for those two businesses, black owned businesses, under one roof. Um,
Right.
so yeah, man, you know how it goes. Shout out, you know what I'm saying, to Eric G. You know what I
Hey,
mean? Was for inviting me on this podcast. I appreciate it, man. With these random.
man. Man, let me tell you this right here, man. A lot of people don't know this right here, man. You have been a part of Random Thoughts for a long time, man. And if you go back to season one, a lot of your music has been sprinkled all through Random Thoughts.
Yeah, so
Um,
it's only right, man. I trust me. I used to check out a few of the episodes. I'm like, oh yo, that's what's
yeah,
up. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, it's only right, man. I was just waiting for the prime opportune moment, to capitalize. But I'm definitely like more on the podcast tip now, as far as like being present in those spaces, so people can be able to view, get to know me. I do realize that I'm not that vocal. You know what I mean? If you don't
right,
catch me at a
right,
show, if you're not listening to me, if you don't know me personally, you know what I'm saying? Type of thing, I can
right.
understand that. I'm not that vocal, so I'm here to change that now.
But the weirdest thing is, I tell a lot of people, man, that you are one of the hardest working guys I know, man.
Yeah, I
You
appreciate
are
that.
you work your ass off. You and your girl, matter of fact, man. Y'all work your ass. That's why y'all skinny as hell, matter of fact. We were just talking about this before we got online, y'all. He was telling me he's in the gym, y'all. He's skinny as hell, y'all. So
Man, look, I just started, man. So bear with me. It's not like I just started. I used to work out. I used to play ball. You know what I'm
right,
saying? I don't know
right,
why I'm this size. It's part of genetics. Trust me, I eat. I eat all the time, dog. I got
right,
in. Certain vices that you know what I'm saying, I like that gets me the munchies. You feel me?
right,
So,
right, 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 right.
but for the most part, yeah, man, I'm always eating, man. I'm always but not, now my age and my life is
Right.
she got me in the gym. She like, yo, come to the gym. Might as well utilize it. You paying for it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
understand,
even if
understand,
I
but yeah,
don't, I'm
like
gonna pay for it in the long run. You feel me?
I understand, brother. And like I said, man, I respect your hustle, brother. And that's
I
what really
appreciate it.
and that's one reason I really wanted you on the show, man, because I like a lot of people can really learn from what you do. You know what I'm saying? Not only just on the music tip, brother, because
Right,
like a lot of people don't know you're a photographer.
right, right,
Like not
right,
just photographer, man. Yo, you went to school for this, brother. You honestly really grind on the back end of a lot of this behind the scenes type stuff, man. So yes, you're in the
right.
forefront with the music, but behind the scenes, you do a lot of grinding. Do you
Yeah,
want to like talk about it? Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Just kind of clear that part up,
Go
like
ahead.
just to kind of give you, like, what I'm saying, so more clarity, more in depth to, what I'm saying, to that story. Man, I've been rapping for a while. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I can't even front. Like, everybody is probably in this genre. You start out in a particular spot with rap. Well,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't start out in the studio, but I've been rapping for a while. But starting in the studio, it's really been about, what I'm saying, 11 years of grind. Like, no cap on that part. Uh, Me picking up on photography and videography. I
Mm-hmm.
actually never went to school for it, dog.
Okay, okay, my bad. I'm sorry. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
got you,
yeah,
got you,
yeah.
got
Like,
you.
it's all been trial error working. I got a
Mm-hmm.
camera to do my own videos. That's what I
Right,
did,
right,
and then after that, I'm just like I got my own studio to record myself. I'm that's all I'm doing. It's like once I get something in my hand and I enjoy, I'm focused on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I found out I had a talent for it. I always had a talent. Oh, I always had a thought for a talent. You know what I'm saying? I always
Mm-hmm.
wanted to manifest that talent of being able to be visual. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
I had certain manuals and books as a kid that I look at. You know what I mean? To kind of pay attention to, but I never had all the right equipment, the money. And then when I
Mm-hmm.
finally had an opportunity, I was like, let me kind of indulge in it. Then I was like, it costs money to pay for videographers, directors.
Right.
I don't mind.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's all
Right.
about keeping the circle going. But how can I
Mm-hmm.
make sure I could maximize uh you know what I mean my investment? And
Okay.
so I just started doing like live shows, taking photos of that
Mm-hmm.
anywhere like outside, sky, birds, anything. I just take photos of anything, and I started realizing there's more to that. Started learning more software. So I've been actually been a photographer for shoot when I got my camera like 2014. I got another one
Okay.
in. So something like 2015.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever my video what video was it? Jigga was the video. So if you go back on anything, find a video Jigga on Facebook or YouTube. That was shot with my camera, but it was with another director.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, he didn't his battery one day or something like that, and luckily I still had I brought mine with me. I kind of bring my camera with me almost everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and that video was shot with that. So that's around the time frame when I first got my video. The first actual
Yeah.
video was cheat codes, which I shot the video, but I sent to my homie Show and Pics in Atlanta. He edited it, so he did the editing part because I didn't know how to make good edits. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
was still,
Right. Right.
and I didn't make that next investment to do so. Then once he always used to tell me like, man, you can't have step things, man. Turk, you can't have.
Mm-hmm.
So the shout out Show and Pics for that too, because that mindset right there helped me. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure that I was in my tunnel vision and get to the next step. You feel me? So
I
yeah,
feel you,
I
bro.
wish I. Here's another fun part too. I've actually
No.
spoke to instructors that asked me the same thing. You ever went to school for this? I was like, nah, I never went to school for it. It was like, would you mind coming talking to my class? And I was like, it's weird because I don't know what to say. And I never did because mentally I'm like, oh, I'm not that nice. Or, but
But
she
you
was
know what?
like, you really,
But you
yeah,
know what? I had to cut you off, brother. But you know what I would say about this right here. I believe in giving people their flowers while they're still here.
thank you.
And with you, brother, and actually work with you because you did a lot of people don't know this. You did me and
Right,
my wife's engagement photos and our wedding. Matter of fact, you
right,
did our wedding
right,
and
right.
our engagement photos.
Yeah, I appreciate that for that too.
Oh man,
That's I'm working on my website to make. I got like multiple things too because I haven't
oh
posted
yeah,
all stuff. I haven't posted none of the like wedding stuff that I did yet.
oh yeah.
But my next phase into where I'm going and transition into my business wise, you're about to see that very very soon.
Oh man, oh look. So like I was saying, giving your flowers though, like the fact, like first of all, my wife, she was in love with y'all from like jump. She seen y'all work. She like, oh my god, they know what the hell they doing. But
Right.
but no, but like I was saying, but like work with y'all to see that y'all knew your angles. You knew like this lighting is set over here and this right here. I'm like, first of all, I'm a yearbook photographer, so so all I
Right.
know is I know the basics. But
Right.
the other side, but seeing what y'all did, I can see that look for a person like you said, you start off so blue, and know what you like for what you did with us. I can say, yo, look, man, that's pure talent. You know
Yeah.
exactly how to do how to angle with us, how to work with us, and I give you props on that, man. You did a great job with that.
Yeah. I
So
appreciate.
go ahead.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me for those moments.
Oh
'Cause
man,
those are special moments that a lot of people don't get a time to see in certain people's lives, and I was able to see that, and I appreciate
man,
that.
and
Number of
yo,
blessings
and
to you and your wife, man. Shout out to her too
thanks.
again. Happy birthday
Oh,
again to her. Because I don't think I seen it, but I was busy. I didn't get this like message or say anything. But happy
oh yeah,
birthday to her for real, man. It's gonna
oh
be on
yeah,
live. So
man.
anytime she wanna watch it, she can see it again.
Oh,
You know what I
always,
mean?
man. Oh,
Yeah.
man, let me take you, man, before we get into like really into talking too, man. Also support you and your girl, man, because y'all work. We talking about a damn team,
Yeah. Yeah.
y'all. Look, let me tell y'all, man. Y'all the perfect couple together, man. Y'all look,
Hey man, we trying, man. We got a
y'all,
lot of influences in our lives
y'all.
that allow for us to be able to do that, things that we love, you know what I mean, and our
Right,
upbringing.
right.
So yeah, shout out Dami. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
that you gotta give her a shout out. Shout out Latone,
got
that's her
to,
artist.
got to.
But
Hey,
yeah,
yo,
she's definitely been a help with me because shoot, really without her help and me teaching her things, because like whether you know it or not, some of those things was shot by her. Some of those
Right.
photos came from her, and like
Right.
whether I kind of threw her in the bus, not in like in a bad way, but I'm like, yo,
Right.
you about to learn today. Like she's like, okay, you know what I'm
And
saying?
she
And like
and she knocked it out the park the whole time though, brother. She did a
yeah, and
hell of a job.
that's the thing about her. That's what I love about her the most. Like you could introduce her to something, and
Mhm.
she's gonna, you know what I'm saying, she's gonna go forward with it in a
Right.
way that you may not even think that, you know what I'm saying, she even is thinking about. She you may think like, oh, I just need your help here, and next thing you know, she's doing the second step. You're like, I didn't even tell you to do that. That's you know you know how they
Right.
say in school, like, well, you get those problems and like, well, did you
Mhm.
do the second part? It's like,
Right.
oh
You know what? But I mean, that's the thing about having a team. Me and my wife, we said too, though. You know what I'm saying? She actually, like, because I'm more, like, I could be more, like, tougher with a lot of things, but she kind of, like, soften the edge with me. You know what I'm saying?
right,
You know what I'm
right, right,
saying?
right.
And also to tie back to where you and your girl, man, y'all, you said the music thing. You know what I'm saying? And y'all work together with that. Like, I love seeing that with y'all.
Yo, man, she got so much music that's ready to drop. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Like,
Right.
it's crazy. She knows it. She's been doing things in a certain way to kind of, you know what I'm saying, to bring it all together. Like her
Right.
artistry is real dope, man. Like I've actually made my last two albums in mind of like what she would do artistry wise and what sounds like, because me and her have two different sounds that we have. You know what I'm saying? We have music
Right.
together, but when
Right.
she rock, she rock. When I rock,
Right.
I rock. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We come
Right.
together, make something good. But yeah, a lot of the stuff that she do kind of rubbed off on me too, whether people know it or not.
Right. So, look, bro, let's start all the way at the beginning. Like I do with all my guests who do music, I got to start all the way to the beginning. So let's go back 11 years ago, before the sushi for breakfast, before,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, but before
yeah,
the keep rapping, you know what I'm saying, mixtapes,
right.
you know what I'm saying. Let's go all the way back 11 years ago. What started? Like, what made you like, look, this is what I want to do. Let me, like,
Um,
I mean, let's go back to the cafeteria in school,
yeah.
freestyling. What was it that said, yo, this is what I want to do?
Shoot, man, it really wasn't like what I wanted to do. It was really like it was puzzling ever since like I've been in hip hop, like in hip hop since
Mm-hmm.
I was born. Because I'm originally from New York. I'm
Right.
from the Bronx. I'm from the heart of where a lot of like, you know, things originated with the part of the culture.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I always been intrigued about how they were able to use words in certain ways, or not even being able to understand it from the natural ear of somebody rapping fast and you have to decipher it. Like everything kind of was almost a code. So me
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure that out and then liking it, you know what I mean? Like at the same time, it's always been like that. But with the cafeteria, bro, it started in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Staccato Cheek, shout out Kevin Johnson. Um, that was rapping. I was like, yo, I could do that. And I just started freestyling. Like that was like my first time. Like I wanted to do it. The girls was there. They was loving it. I was like,
Right.
okay, they like that. They like, no, let me try it. So I tried it, and I surprised myself. And after that, I had to like kind of learn differently. I was like, okay, so what are lyrics? I was at the time I was in band. I
Mm-hmm.
used to play saxophone. So I always
Mm-hmm.
had a a wanting or yearning to do some type of music, and learning sheet music help me like understand lyrics a little bit. You know what I mean? Even though kids, you have recitals or something like that. Y'all got to do class
Right.
songs or whatever you got to do for certain times. So that
Right.
was, it helped me understand that a little bit more. Then I had took the time and wrote out my favorite rapper lyrics while listening to them, and I just like, okay, that's how you do that.
Right.
Like fast forward though, I didn't even think about rap until um until I linked up with Jay. This was like 2007, maybe. I can't even give you
Mm-hmm.
the exact date. You know what I'm saying? 2008. I'd say it was 11 years ago because I know that's when I took it for myself to be professional. But I,
Right.
at that time, I was like, okay, this is what this is. This is what a studio looks like. That wasn't even the first time of me being in the studio, but that was my
Mm-hmm.
first time being in there, like when it was dedicated to like me to do something.
Right.
So
Right.
yo, I ain't gonna front. Yo, I went to J Studio. I thought I had it all figured out, Jack. Nah, Nah, I didn't have none of that figured out. Like it's always a process. Like I said, I had to learn how to decode the sense of incoming sound, rapping at the
Mm-hmm.
same time. Like
Mm-hmm.
most people get weirded out by their voice. That's a weird feeling. You hearing yourself while you
Right.
rap, all that stuff. So,
Right.
but I took a step back at the time. I was also taking care of my grandmother. I was going to school. I was working, so I wasn't. I didn't have the time to dedicate it to it. And then something in me just said, yo, let me take the time to do it while in school. I went with a guy named Dion. Shout out Dion. And shout out Jay Official too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People, Jay Official is like low key, like one of the originators of, like, I say, to push the culture forward. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got certain times, like, he definitely is the one. Um, Shout out Dion too. He was the one that introduced me to, like, doing it kind of myself. Because I was watching him do things, make beats, and he wound up moving. We came up with a project though before he moved, which was called artist development, and that's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
where it started. Like from artist development, we put that out on Bandcamp. That started it because we started getting early recognition. Knife Wonder had necessarily like peeped the songs out. We went on his live stream. It was like the first two songs. Like he sent a song and I sent a song, and he was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yo, it's very rare that the first two songs be like that. Like
Right.
we vibing with it, we like it, we fucks with it. They, you know, at that time they were young with their brand also. So we got a big following from like everybody in that crew at the time. Twitter was still big. You know what I
Right.
mean? Once that
Right.
transition to power happened with them, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they had downscale, but at the same time, it felt great. That moment was like everything. That came out, you know what I'm saying, with more fuel. So we were still making music and everything. Then he wound up moving. I couldn't make music. So
Mm-hmm.
took upon myself. I was like, all right, what I got to do to get this studio equipment? At the time, I was working like one low end job, and I went back to a job that I didn't want to go to get more money so I could get studio equipment. And that
Mm-hmm.
was part of the process and make more money and save. And I got my own equipment. And ever since then, I was taking off as far as myself, like actually giving it my all to what I could do to learn, to figure it out. And my first project myself that I came out was called The Losers. In between that time, between artist development and Losers, I put out mixtapes with Tory Cruz. We was learning the process at the same time. Shout out to Tory Cruz. We had opportunities that were coming to our door as well. Shout out to Super Hot Beats, Willpower. He was Yellow's. He is Yellow Wolf's like main producers. Like he worked with Big Crit. He's worked with Eminem. That was one of the opportunities that we had, but it kind of fell through. So um, the Losers and everything after that is like me growing into learning the business, uh, adding my stamp to this part of the culture. I was back and forth between Atlanta at the time and Athens and here. So I was seeing multiple cultures like further south at the same time. So I mean it's a very long journey, but
Mm-hmm.
it's at that point where things change. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Right.
I've
Right.
already talking about the 10-year mark. You know, a lot of people feel like a lot of things are new, and I'm still
Right.
new to people. You know what I mean? At the same
Right.
time, so even though in my head I'm 10 years to the
Right.
world, I'm nobody. So I still
Right.
gotta continue. You know what I'm saying? At the same time,
Hey, and keep running.
and that's the thing. That's what keep rapping
You
can
keep
do.
running.
You
And keep
feel? You
running.
feel?
And you know what? And you know what? And like I said, you keep like I said, I love that the fact that you still see yourself as a new artist.
Right,
And, you know what I'm
right,
saying? I love that because if you see yourself as a new artist, that means you're still trying to prove yourself. You know,
right,
so
right,
you never find yourself complacent, and I
right,
love that. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
So like fast forward to now, like what, like 5 albums.
Mm-hmm.
Keep rapping got like 11 mixtapes out right now.
Right,
I got
right.
2 EPs or something like that. I can't give you
Mm-hmm.
all the exact numbers because I'm terrible with even like I put out so like my tunnel vision comes to just putting it out sometimes and it
Mm-hmm.
goes into the promo. But I always forget to give myself my flowers. Sometimes I
You
forget
got to.
about my, you know what I'm saying, the
You
numbers
got
of what I
to.
do or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Hold on,
But
hold on. Let me, I'm gonna look up your stats while we talking. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
look at
So
some stats.
yeah, at the same, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like fast forward to now, like we moving, baby. Like I don't even
Yeah.
think about it sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? I still like, you still take the time back and humble yourself. But then when you
Gotcha.
realize it, me and Chaz, shout out Crown Chaz, we talk. Jay, shout out Khalil Nassim, Latone, Joe Venom. We always talk about, you know what I'm saying, where the next step is, or and then we don't realize it till one of us actually has to tell each other, like, bro, we already in that spot. We just gotta do this. This the next move, Turk, or this the next move, Chaz. Like, you know what I mean? Or
Right.
you already doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, you know what I mean? The encouragement.
Right.
And shout out to the creator own team. I ain't shout out everybody. Shoot, we got Slim Cores. Shout out Slim Cores. Shout out Juice the Kid. Shout out XLTOP. Shoot, who else am I? Davita, that Queen Davita. What? Who else? Pooh the rapper. man. Shout out Ty Boy Q. You know what I mean? We
Right,
real heavy out here. We real heavy,
man.
and all
Look,
of us
look.
multi-talented.
Oh, you know, I give it. You know, what I'm saying? I think I pretty much, I definitely had to interview the whole Crown family.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. Oh, it's more of us, baby.
oh, it's
You
come.
gotta
Oh,
link up with next. You gotta link up with Slim Cores and Ty Boy Q, man,
oh, I can't
and
wait.
Latone. You gotta
I
get
can't
with
wait.
Miguel Venom
You know
too.
what, I can't wait to do. I would love to do an episode. I would love to do a talent episode where I do like a live music episode. I can't wait to do that.
Oh man, oh when that
I
happens,
cannot. I can't wait to do that.
keep me in touch, bro.
I would love to do that. I would love to do a live music episode. I can't wait for that to happen. That's going to happen very soon. Very
Yeah,
soon. I never. Me and Chaz talked about that.
yeah, yeah,
A live music episode. Um, yo. So like I said, we talked about your journey from the past. So now we into the. I'm saying we into this keep rapping era. You know what I'm saying? You said mixtape 11 now. You know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Right. Too. It like the mixtapes is just the you know what I'm saying to keep this my that's my lyrical exercise. We
Right.
right now into the era of for me right now it's like um basically what I said in like the titles of my albums. Nobody cares, work harder. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That came out 2020.
Right.
Right now we in. If I gave up, I'd have been just like you. You know what I'm
That's a good
saying?
one.
That's
Yep.
my EP. You know what I'm saying? Keep rapping is a extension of all of that too, because you know that's just that's the term. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
you had to take those two albums and put it like, what's the general meaning of that? Keep rapping.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Right now, yeah,
I love that title. Nobody cares. Keep rapping. I love that. I love that.
yeah, yeah. Like nobody cares what hard. Keep
Nobody
rapping.
cares work hard. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah. If I gave up, I'd be just like you. Like and it
Yeah.
like you said, it's the 10-year mark, bro. We like 11-year mark. We like here. I'm here now,
So
so I'm you know
now I'm gonna tell you. Let me say this. This has been like a running theme throughout all my music episodes. So throughout a lot of my music episodes, I always say this. If I go back in time, I did music years ago.
right.
Okay. So what's back? I say back in 2009, we had this big wave where a lot of people was doing music in Henderson. Okay. Back
Yeah,
like 2009, a lot of people, everybody and their mama in Henderson had a mixtape.
yeah. 2009, 2010. I remember because I used to watch and look, and I used to be very vocal at that time. But yeah, go
Right.
ahead. Continue.
I think everybody and their mama had a mixtape in
Yeah,
2009
yeah.
and 11. And so, but my thing was, what separated you from the crowd at that time? What made you say, okay, look, I'm gonna keep on doing this. I'm gonna make this better. I'm gonna be better than what my surrounding is. I feel like I'm like not saying that you feel like you're better than anybody.
Yeah,
But what
yeah,
made
yeah.
you say, look, look, I'm gonna take this right here. I see what y'all doing, but look, I gotta do better than this, right? This is I can't be stagnant.
I mean, I can say like this is transparency and this is vulnerability when I say this.
Be real. Be real.
Getting recognition from someone you look up to
Mm-hmm.
already kind of put me there when it came out
Right,
to the first project. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
So to say like
right.
do better, it was like I wasn't even focused on the scene. I kind of supported it, and I saw
Right.
the same thing. Like yeah, it's a lot of people, but who's gonna last? That's always been my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like who's gonna last? You know what I'm saying? I know things happen, life happen, so it's
Right.
not really the question or even like necessarily poke fun when you make that question. You know what I'm saying? Or when I make that statement, like not you, but when I make that statement, but
Right.
but looking at it, I was like, yo, I'm kind of already here, dog. Like, I just
Right.
gotta keep
Right.
going. I'm getting opportunities, I'm getting recognition. It's
Mm-hmm.
it what helped was kind of like stop that mentally in a sense was me paying attention to the local scene. So kind of if I didn't, I was
Mm-hmm.
already gonna keep doing certain things differently. But I
Mm-hmm.
always had a mindset like, you know what I mean? Where we are is where we are. We could almost do that anywhere. Like people like to say Henderson is a crab in a bucket space, and I understand
Mm-hmm.
that too.
Right.
Cause when in Atlanta, niggas ain't know me and they was asking me did I rap. They didn't even hear me rap. They asked me, "Oh, you look like a rapper. You look like," you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's a
Right.
different culture. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So I already knew that what was going to be the demise was if I didn't figure out to change the narrative for myself
Mm-hmm.
to realize that we all from the same spot and be humbling. So you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, to the people around us, because we could bring people on. Because like for example, shout out Big Sin. You know what I'm saying? He was the first one to put me in a video. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like to be featured on a song. Like you know what I'm saying? He came and did studio time. You know what I'm saying? But studio time when he worked with me and shit. So like when I look at it, you know what I'm saying? The people that's like that,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I started surrounding myself around. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I linked up with Crown Chaz. I already knew Jay Official. You know what I'm saying? I already knew, you know what I'm saying, certain other people. And like for example, like shout out Traumatic. Shout out, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Uh
right. My
who else
homeboy
in
there,
there?
yeah.
Shout out Country Boy Fly. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Mm-hmm.
Big Mo. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of us, and I know that, you know what I'm saying, we would like to keep going. Like don't get
Right,
it twisted. Like everybody still is like, yo, I still got it. You know what I'm saying? I still can do this. Whether
right.
they, you know what I'm saying, they did it yesterday or they're gonna do it 20 years from now. But you know, my thing was always surround yourself around those like-minded people, surround yourself around those people that want to do the same thing, that really want to go to the next step and see how you
Mm-hmm.
can be able to help each other out. You know what I'm saying? We already in a crab in the bucket mind state, and then it's somewhat of a place of a crab in the bucket spot. Like I can't
Mm-hmm.
continue to be that because, like I said, I was very vocal. I used to be the same person. Like if you go back and listen to one of my earlier takes, I believe is on Artist Development. It's the first song. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, everybody in them rap, mama rap now. You think they're gonna play you? You know what I'm saying? And I was saying that to a perspective of to like the artist and to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like I was the shit. So still, I
Mm-hmm.
said that to not like everything I said to everybody. I looked in the mirror and said that to myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right, right,
just to be like to know to humble myself, like I could be in the same situation. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Where I could not be rapping tomorrow because of certain situations changing, or you know what I'm saying, I think I'm gonna get somewhere and I ain't getting nowhere. So you gotta balance out, you know what I'm saying, those ideas and those thoughts. But that's what pushed me, bro. Like me knowing that I got recognition, me knowing I want to change my narrative of like not being a crab in the bucket mind state,
Mm-hmm.
and that really kept me going. You know what I'm saying?
So, so,
And then seeing other artists moving too, because at the time, like you said, it was all of us rapping or doing something. So
right,
it was inspiring too, because I'm a product of the culture. Even though like I love diss songs and I, you know what I'm saying, I think some things may be corny too. Who am I to say these
right,
things? You know what I'm saying?
right,
Because
right,
somebody may say the same thing about me. You know what I mean? That's the
right,
vulnerability
right.
of it. You're like, oh man, like, but you got to be able to take that with a grain of salt, because you know,
Yeah,
again, nobody owes you
but
nothing.
like, but I do feel like this right here, man. I think the downfall we had in Henderson, especially at that time frame, everybody was. I mean, I think everybody was trying to. I think one up the next one. You know what I'm saying? We
Right,
instead of working together,
right,
you know what
right.
I'm saying, here at that time, you know what I'm saying? And Henderson for it to be such a small area, we
Yeah.
wanted to make it so big.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? Especially at that time frame. I
right,
mean, we
right,
go back, go back there because we all had. I think everybody back then had their own label group or something like that back then.
right, right,
You
right,
know what I'm
right, right, right.
saying? And what was it? Who was I part of back then? I was shout out to my boy, my boy Jay. Uh damn Jay Hefe 3 stat.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Uh yeah,
yeah.
yeah, Hefe 3. He had
Yeah.
Major League
Three
Productions
times,
back
three
then.
times.
Three
Yeah,
times, three times. It was
yeah,
Major League Productions back then.
yeah.
And I was part of that back then. But yeah, but back then everybody want to be part of something. Everybody was doing diss tracks and everything.
Right,
We really dissing these people. We ain't doing what the
right.
hell. Anyway, but and I was a singer. I like, how the hell can I sing a diss? Anyway, but like nigga, don't you know? Anyway, but but
Hey, if you
but
look, if you check though, if you would have did that
so yeah,
in 10 years now, you'll be in the
yeah.
game because
You know what?
everybody are out now.
You know
Everybody
what?
singing.
But it would been something weird, man. If I was singing a diss track back then, it would have been something. But no, man. You know what? But that made me step back at the time. At the time, like I said, there was something I wanted to do back then. Like but you know what? Music for me, it was weird for me because back then I always wanted to do music. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like it was just something that I wanted to try. But I knew that it wasn't a passion of mine. I knew it wasn't
right,
a
right,
passion of
right,
mine.
right, right,
I
right, right.
always and deep down, I like talking to people and do interviewing them behind the scenes. And
Yeah,
and I always knew I always wanted when they like a podcast like they didn't podcast. We didn't know nothing about podcasts. We know what a
right, right, right,
podcast was. And when we got the chance to do this right here, I'm like, what? I'm gonna throw my head in the ring and see how this works.
right, right.
And
Yo,
I just love it.
you know what's
I love
crazy about it? Like being like we always talk about it, like with amongst the crew, like people get it confused that you may think that you didn't make it
it. Mm-hmm.
in the part you were supposed to make it, but sometimes being introduced to one part of it introduce you to a whole endless amount. So like
Right.
like I didn't expect for me to be videographer, photographer if I
Right.
didn't think about, you know what I'm saying, what was the added piece to making me as an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
that's
Right.
what that like hip hop created more of an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying, shit for me than anything. You know what I
Right.
mean? And sometimes like we kind of forget about that. You know, like you say, you ain't think about doing a podcast, but you always say, yo, being a part of the culture to be interviewing people is just as
Right.
much needed as being an artist.
It's because the story behind everything. I think people don't understand. It's a story behind this whole life, and I think that especially in Henderson, small town
Right,
like Henderson, it's so much behind the scenes
right,
that a lot of people don't get to see. And I tell people that for a town so small and so depleted by negativity, we
right,
have so much talent.
right, right,
And I think
right,
a lot of people don't get a chance to see it. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And
Oh,
I salute people. I salute people like you.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Shoot, you
What?
too, man. Like you too, man. It takes a lot of like a part of the talent part comes with drive. And like
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't take the time to do it, who else gonna do it for you?
Right. Right.
You know?
Right. And so look, to keep going forward with what we got going on though, brother. So now that I know you doing work with the Crown family, man. I know you
Yeah.
part of the Crown family, man, and y'all just doing all these tours. I just see y'all doing the tours.
Right,
And
right.
yo, so what is next with you and the Crown family, man?
Shoot, man.
'Cause,
All
y'all
right,
working like
so
hell. Y'all work like hell.
yeah. So what's immediately next? It's really more shows.
Okay.
Next month. So I'm an ambassador host for Doja Lounge. So
Ooh.
I got a consecutive thing that I do every month. So like the last Saturday of every month, you can expect some type of showcase or open mic. As far as what else for me too, to put this out there in the atmosphere, I got a car show that I'm working on. So that's going to be coming up soon.
Gotcha.
But as far as with the team, it's just moving forward and progressing and just continue to elevate. We got another show coming up at the house on in April. Like so we just trying to continue to keep moving. My girl just started another business. So she has a herb business that's kind of dedicated to healthy living more so than, you know what I'm saying? It's a tea herb business. Let me clear that part up. So it's a herbal tea business.
I was going along with what you were saying, brother. You
Nah,
said it was no, hey, yo. He said it was the Doja and herbs. I'm just going. I'm look.
right, right. Yeah, see, look, they like, oh, what? But nah, yeah, she's starting her business. She's in the NFTs at the moment. Shoot, man, Joel Venom is taking off. He has multiple locations now that he could work out of as a studio. Shout out Khalil Nassim. He had just recently, inked with Equity. I believe that's the name of it. I may be saying it wrong. It's either Equity or Equality. I can't remember. It's a sub of Rock Nation. Um, Jay Official is continuing to keep making music and doing things. As he got his own YouTube channel out right now that's dedicated to thrifting, and he's going to be opening up a store soon. Davita has multiple businesses. She had like so many. Like I go down the list. Like, I'm trying to go down and what I can
Right.
remember.
Wait.
Like you know what I'm
I
saying.
know.
Like
I
it's just
know.
really just forward progress, man. We're
Oh my
we're
god.
looking at the next step, like the next phase to happen. Some things we can't disclose. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And some, these are the things I can immediately speak to. But the general message is we're just trying to continue to keep progressing.
Right. And like I said, keep on like speak more about your upcoming project you have, like
Okay,
your
okay,
mixtape, your EP.
yeah,
Let
yeah.
us know more about that.
Right
I
now,
want,
like
I want, I want nobody to forget about this.
yeah. So I put out an EP on my birthday, which was February 22nd. That was a big day, 2/22/22. So everybody was trying to drop something, put out something, promo something. So you know, I, I did this mixtape. The bulk of the mixtape was done the day before. So that means 4 tracks was recorded the day before, and I mixed it and put it out. But it's a total of 6 tracks. So one song is on there from the beginning, like 2 years ago, type thing, and then it's another song that's on there that I did like probably 2 weeks before. But in all, the project was done. Really mentally think about it, was kind of done in a short time frame. Um, that's out right now. That's called If I Cared. If I Gave Up, I'd be just like y'all. I've got these titles that I gotta keep always remembering, but it's a reason why, because it's a message. So if I gave up, I'd be just like you. That's out right now. I also had intended on putting a mixtape out at that time, which I didn't at the same date, but I did. This came out actually this month. That is Keep Rapping Volume 11. The next joint that I got coming out, because I'm gonna do another EP, is gonna be if I you're gonna like this one. I'd be
What you
just
got? What
like
you got?
you if I gave up.
Go ahead, man. See, I know it.
So it's a flip.
Go ahead.
It's a
Uh huh.
flip of the EP. So if I I'd be just like you if I gave up. That's
I
the
gave up.
yeah,
The
that's the
next.
flip. That's the next one. So it's kind of like a part two
Gotcha.
of.
Gotcha.
I'm also
Gotcha.
going to be trying to figure out time frames for artists. So whatever artists are seeing this, um, time frames meaning that I'm gonna wind up coming up with another sushi for breakfast type project. That's like my
Gotcha.
DJ Khaled type thing that I like to do, where I'll be able to deal with multiple voices and engineering because I'm an engineer also. I engineer and so I track and record all that stuff. So that's I do that part of the studio as well. So that's just for me to be able to touch and get hands on, add another piece of the culture. This one's going to be called barbecues for brunch. So,
Mm.
well, not barbecues, barbecue for brunch. I put an S on it.
Okay.
So brunch.
Okay.
That's the second part to that. I'm gonna be looking at time frames, so I don't know when that's gonna be, but
Mm-hmm.
when I put it out there and I reach out to those artists or reach out to what I'm saying those ones that's available, or just reach out because I can't say if you're available. I did sushi for breakfast in a kind of a short time frame, meaning like got everybody in the studio on the weekend, and we knocked out like majority of those songs on the weekend. We probably had like one or two
Right.
songs left over, but
Right.
that we did later. But it's the same. It's the same process. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's a
Right.
process is like trying to do things that the big leagues do because to show that we can do the same thing. Like mental
Right.
capacity is like because I don't write when I rhyme. Like I'm just here. It's me. I'm knocking it out and that's just how I do it. Other people do that too, but it's other people that's just as talented. I like to work with talent, so it's just about locking in sessions and doing things. I also have my own home studio. Any artist is looking out to book sessions, you can. At the current moment, I'm doing a half off deal, with half off deposit, half off hourly rate. So DM check in with me. I'm probably gonna run into special for a while because I want to get more people in.
Mm-hmm.
And you go from there. I got videography, what I'm saying, as far as photography. I do that as well. I'm a host, do that as well.
Come
You
on.
know what I'm
Come on.
saying?
Come on.
So
Come on. Come on. Come
yeah.
on.
And so,
Black. Black.
holla at me.
Black boy joy, y'all. Black boy
Yeah.
joy.
Shout out
Hey
my mama
yo.
for that. You know what I'm saying too,
Hey
man. Because
yo, man. You know I respect that. I
mom,
got
shout out
to.
my grandma. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta
Grandma.
respect that, man. Hey, yo,
Yeah.
you know what, man? You know what I'm saying? That kind of ties into what I'm about to ask you next, man.
Okay.
And I know, I'm trying to hurry up and get through them real quick. I want to like extend this podcast so long,
That's
but
cool.
but I just want to ask you real quick, entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? Like being an entrepreneur like yourself, man. Why is being an entrepreneur so important in the black culture? You know,
Oh, because we was taught wrong for the longest.
go ahead,
Like
man. Go
honestly,
ahead.
to be honest with you, bro, like we were kind of taught wrong for the longest about how to create generational wealth.
Right.
What got us here is the backbones of our immediate close moms, grandmas, great grandmas. They got us here, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's a lesson that was taught to us how to withstand and obtain. To be an entrepreneur shows you a different lane, and you shouldn't be fearful of it just because you have no understanding or you're afraid. Meaning, so is that it's so many tax breaks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's so much opportunity and people will enjoy it better if they can be able to purchase from our own sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that other people can't get it, you know what I'm saying? But we need to be a part of that as well. We're exploited in different ways and we're used in different ways to help promote different brands. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's good to take ownership for yourself. And I understand that entrepreneurship is not for everyone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the
Mm-hmm.
understanding of it and to be able to promote that to somebody else that's a part of your family, that could be a part of your
Mm-hmm.
lineage or legacy, it should be something that's understood. That's all. Like just understanding it is enough. You may not even have to do it, but just understanding it's an opportunity that you can do. That
Right.
should be enough to teach somebody. That should be enough. So that's my opinion. It's not necessarily a
Mm-hmm.
fact. You know what I'm saying? But I feel as though we've been taught wrong for the longest. Because we always been entrepreneurs, but we looked at entrepreneurship differently because we looked at
Mm-hmm.
sharecropping as not being entrepreneurial, and that's a backbone of any infrastructure of any country right now. So when you think about it, we already been entrepreneurs, but we was duped
Mm-hmm.
out of it because saying that yeah, it was hard labor, but then look at what time of innovation is right now. Hard labor is not even done by those same type of people. Not necessarily meaning like machinery. You got different ways or easier ways of being able to do things. You have assembly lines to be able to do it. You have sometimes better pay if you're able to figure out to do it right. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So that's just the meaning of it. Like, we had a good staple in this in the country to be able to do something different. but we felt as though chasing something else that was told as an opportunity wasn't really the opportunity. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Sometimes it wasn't for everybody. You know what I mean? That's all.
right, right.
Everything wasn't for everybody. Some people should have did that maybe, and some people should have kept the business going on this end. So when those two meet together, because you're in the
Mm-hmm,
big city and know how to make this corporate move, you could have,
mm-hmm,
you know what I'm saying? You could do things. That's why I always try to share as much as possible with like other businesses. Like shout out Royston Brown and the Brown family for O'Reilly sauce because they got their own sauce. You feel me? Their own Jamaican. You know, you get your sauce. Couple of locations, Kapari Foods. I like to say Kapari, but Compare Foods. You know what I'm saying? Um, like for real, like
right, right,
Woodland
right, right,
grocery
right.
store. They got Dab Me. Like they capitalizing off of that area. The sauce is begging. Trust me, you get you some. The quickest way I like to do it, or like the way you ain't want to think about it. Put some wings in the fridge for like a day or so with the sauce. Let it
Right.
sit. Throw it in the air fryer, man. Next day you're gonna be having something that's
Come
amazing.
on, man. Come on. And you see,
Yeah,
see,
man.
see,
Hey,
see.
shout
I
out
ain't
to
gonna
you
never get.
too, cause
See,
you be cooking the plates, bro. I be seeing you with the gumbo.
I
You know what
mean, I'm doing everything. Look, I'm telling you.
I'm saying?
Look, I'm tired. I need to make some money. I'm doing something. Look,
Yeah,
I'm trying.
entrepreneurship.
I'm trying to be like you, man. Look, I'm trying to do something.
Hey, I'm trying to
But
be like you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look,
hey, I got
that's a good way to be. Try to be like
hey,
somebody,
hey.
bro.
Look, you need to leave the gym alone, then. Look, so hey, so man, look. Hey, look, man, look. I'm gonna try to wrap everything up real quick. So before we get into the end of it, let me ask you, like, have a little fun real quick.
Yeah,
Ask you like five little quick questions, just
yeah,
the end the conversation. All
yeah,
right,
yeah,
so what these quick questions is my random questions. It could be either real serious or real fun, depends how you ask them.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. So question number one pertaining to music. I You can pick three out of all the musicians in the world. You can pick three of your favorite artists. Who is your top three artists of all time?
Top three. It's gonna be dag. Some of them not even here per se, but Jay-Z,
Always.
Michael Jackson would be one,
Mm-hmm.
and Kanye.
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 Old school Kanye. Old school Kanye or new school Kanye?
It don't matter which Kanye, cause we working on music. You feel me? Like
Okay.
I feel like Kanye right now is in a good space while other people may not mentally think he is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like he's in a good space to continue his message or whatever he's trying to do. I
Mm-hmm.
don't agree with everything he says either. You know what I'm saying? Or that he
Mm-hmm.
does. But that's not my life. You know what I'm saying? And I try not to, as an artist, I try not to always get engulfed in people's lives because I'm an
Mm-hmm.
artist myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
I just
Right.
try to
Right.
take whatever they're giving to me for whatever it is, whatever the value, face value. Like I got a Donda stem right player right now. I haven't opened it yet. Shout out
Oh
Donda
man,
for
I'm,
buying it
I'm,
for me.
I don't know. I haven't heard that Donna yet, man. I'm an old school Kanye fan. New school,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
fan.
yeah. I mean, I get it. I'm an old Ye fan. I'm like, I just like I said, a lot of music I can't really get into. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Right. Right.
be
Right.
real with you. Like, I heard the first Donda, the second Donda is on his Donda stem. You know, the player joint that he got.
Right. 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 Right.
Yeah, so I
Right.
got that, but I ain't opened it yet.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
I'm rock with it. Well, hold on. Life of Pablo. I did like Life of Pablo,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was different. That was different.
that was different. That and 808 and Heartbreaks is still my two
I
favorite.
ain't really like that one that much, but
I love it, man.
after I see him do it live, that VH1 special he had live, I had a different respect
Right.
for it.
Okay. Out of all your music you have, what is your top five favorite songs?
Right now it's hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I got another song called that's off of the new project. If I gave up, I'd be just like you. Well, no, sorry, that's not the new project. That's off of my project that came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares, work harder.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my new songs. Well, one of the new songs I did off the project, Bet It Back, which is off. If I gave up, I'd be just like you. Bet It Back. That's one of my favorite songs right now. I got another song. Uh, I got I can't remember the name of the title of that joint. Oh, it's called I think it's called like 84 DeVille.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like my song, but I rapped over a big crit beat. That's one of
Right.
my
Right.
favorite songs off one of my Keep Rappers. It's Keep Rapping Volume 5. That's what that song is on. So that's
Okay.
three songs. You said five or three?
Five. Five.
Five. I got what's the name of that song? Damn. I can't think of it for shit. It's off of my the Losers album.
Mm-hmm.
Uh Now I can't think of it for nothing. It's talking about Henderson. So
Mm-hmm.
it was like one of my first songs. I can't. I'm about to go look for it now because I'm over here in my computer too. I'm over here
Gotcha,
like
gotcha.
I cannot not shout out John Brown too because he's from North Carolina. I never met that man a day in my life, bro. But we made so much music together. I can't even. It's called Us. It's called
Okay,
Us.
okay.
So Us.
Okay, last one, last one.
Last one.
Out of all your music, your last song to wrap up all your music.
The last song will be Finn because that's a song with Dion. That's off of Artist Development. That was a song that got the recognition from Ninth Wonder.
Gotcha. All right, then this right here might be a little spicy, man. This question might be a little spicy. Now, it's okay. You want to plead the fifth on it, man. You don't want to answer it. That's all right.
Nah, we good there.
Look, some people ain't man enough to say it, man. It's okay, man. We all have been here, man. We all have been in the studio with people who have done this.
Right.
Has you ever been in the studio with one of your homeboys, man, and you know that this rapping stuff ain't for him? we all been real. We like, you know what, man, we ain't gonna make it out of the hood with this one.
So I say yes, but I also say when I'm the person engineering the session, I try not. It's two different hats that most people don't understand in the studio. I could have been just a tracker and not gave a damn and took my money and engineered the rest of the session and made it sound good or as possible.
Right.
But a producer is not just a person that makes the beat. A producer is a person that gives any input to the song or the creation or development of the song, right?
Right.
So if I said, hey, try this out, try that out, that's a part of the production. You know what I'm saying? Now, so at that time, you're kind of like almost executive producing when you're giving more input. But I'm the type of person that would like to give that input if I feel as though it's not ready. Right. I would never really tell a person that it's not for them because I've learned that early on I used to kind of do that, but I learned that it's no expectation on this music thing. You know what I'm saying? And the humble part of me is always saying it may not be for me, but it might be for somebody else.
Right. Respect.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I have thought it, and I like to be proven wrong when I think that and to see that somebody else is going further. So I like that feeling more so than be like, oh man, I knew that nigga wasn't going nowhere.
right. You know, I respect it. You know what? That's the most politically correct answer I ever heard in my damn life. I respect that. I like that.
Obama, dog. Almost, I didn't say I didn't say that a lot, but yeah, I learned that from Obama.
That's respect, man. I respect that.
Yeah,
I would have been like, so I really wanted you to do it, right? But anyway, I like that. All right. Now this question right here, I don't want you to get in trouble with your girl on this one.
Yeah.
Last question. You know, I try not to get nobody in trouble. I think I asked Chaz this question because I didn't want him to get in trouble with his girl.
Right.
What would you say has been the wildest experience of touring?
Of touring?
Yeah. Or what is a wild experience that have happened
on touring? Shoot, man. I could be honest, man. I'm a pretty business guy when it comes to that part. Like, and that's the honest part about it. Like, the wildest part I've experienced though really is like not knowing your influence, not knowing who you are. So like, kind of like underestimating who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just this type of art. Like, nah, these people know you or this girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? That part is probably the most spice, but I never really taking it over the bridge, dog. Like, cause I know how lawsuits work. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to have no, you know what I'm saying, lands out here, you know what I'm saying? Just out doing it, get caught up, social media, dog. Like, nah, man, all that's crazy. Respect. You know what I mean? But I try to always keep it business, man. Like, if it ain't about business, then you know what I'm saying? They can't respect that. And then usually that makes it worse, dog. So you keep it business, man. Sometimes it ain't work for me. I gotta just not work with it.
Hey, you know what, man? That's respect, man. And look, man, look, I gotta wrap this up, man. But I appreciate everything you said on this episode, man. It's been very, 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 as they say, it's scary, very, very enlightening.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Shout you out, man. Shout out Eric G. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having
me. Always,
man.
Man.
Wrap it up. You know how it go.
Oh man, look, bro, man. When I have this live episode, man, I cannot wait for the talent episode, the live music episode when I have like all y'all on here, man. I cannot
Yo,
wait for that, man.
yo, let me know because we might could use Doja as a venue. Just let me know.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. Matter of
Have a
fact,
crowd, have an audience. It'd be like Arsenio Hall.
hell yeah. And on your side, I really want to get into that. I really want to talk to you. I would love to give everybody about that.
Yeah,
And we have something happen for that, man.
yeah, man. For
Most
real,
definitely.
just let me know, man. Let us know. We figure out a date. We go from there. We figure out what we need, how to go about it.
Right.
We'll figure it out. We
We'll do.
some nerds, low key.
Hey, man, look. You see me with all these contacts. You see them thick ass glasses. I'll let you, man. Hey,
All right,
yo.
man.
Like I said,
Love,
yo.
bro.
Before we get off, man, where can everybody find you?
Oh, you can find me on IG, Keep Rapping, TikTok, Keep Rapping, Twitter, 300, Facebook, 300. You can find me on all um you can find me on all streaming platforms at 300, and that is spelled the letter 3HUNDRED 300. That's me. I go by Steve Turk. Also, I got a business, Signature Designs. That's my photography. Follow that page as well, Signature Designs. If I got to spell it out, yeah, because I probably do. Because people are like, well, how you say it? So CYNOSURE.designed. That's me. Holla at me.
All right, y'all. And like I always say, y'all, God bless you.
Yeah.
Peace.